Okay. All right. Let's open our books to topic 4. Topic 4. But before that, I want to check your homework. What is this? What is this? School short. Okay, so let's read the topic out loudly, everyone. One to go. For 1 month. You have to eat hot or cold food for 1 month. It sounds a bit ridiculous, right? But that's the topic we're going to do today. So it says choose one. So if you're to choose between hot or cold food to eat it for 1 month, which would you choose and why?
Hot.
Why?
Because I don't like the cold food.
Just because you don't like cold food? Only that? Okay. Hot food? Why?
We eat hot food for every season.
So you can always eat hot food.
If the season is summer, I will eat cold food, and if the season is winter, I will eat hot food.
But this is 1 month. It doesn't matter the season. What would you choose? Let's say it's summer.
I will choose cold food.
And let's say it's winter. You choose hot food. What would you choose?
Hot.
For all season, right? For 1 month. Okay. Why?
Why? I mostly eat
You mostly eat hot food. What would you choose?
cold food.
Cold food. Why?
I usually eat cold food every season.
Okay. So you are more comfortable eating cold food.
I will choose hot food because I prefer the hot food more than cold food, so I will
Choose hot.
choose
But how about you? Hot food? Cold food. Why? Okay. Cold food have more of your favorite food. Yes. Cold food. Why?
My favorite food is cold.
Just your favorite food is cold. Hot food. Why?
My favorite foods are mostly
Hot food. Okay, so out of over 9 people in the class, more than 6 said hot food, and just 3 said cold food. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to give you advantages, pros and cons for eating hot food. And then you have to search, you have to make a research when you get home, okay? Find the pros and cons for eating cold food on your, by yourself. And then try to compare these pros and cons with the hot food. That's what I want to see in your writing, okay? So, but start with, while I write them down and you will write later, start with the warm-up questions. Start answering your homework. You have to answer the warm-up question detailed.
의심하는 분이 있지. 의심하는 분.
왜 추천을
아예 이런 거 아니잖아. 콜라 같은 거 심한 콜라 아니야.
일본에서만 그렇게 먹는다면
진짜 모두 많이 먹어.
Okay. Oh, well, it's okay. Some people are still ready. Let's wait. Alright, so probably what let's view this together, and maybe if we have some time, we can also do the research here in class for the cold food. But I'm gonna give you, these are the few research I made. Shocking research. In fact, when I found out some of these things, I was really shocked. So I never thought about it before this topic. Alright. It says pros for eating hot food. One of the pros is weight control. If you want to control your weight, eat more of hot food, not cold food. Want to control your weight, eat more of hot food. Now there are a lot of proofs to that. We might not go into a detailed study on that because we wouldn't go on. Because I kind of a little bit doubted when I saw it, so I made a little bit more research to find if that is true. And yeah, it's true. It's true. Have you ever eaten, when you eat and you're sweating, you're eating hot food and you're sweating, right? You know what that is doing? It's burning up fat in your body. It's burning up fat in your body. For some of us that are very like Kelvin teacher, we should learn how to eat hot food more. Okay? Just like this morning, when I woke up this, I rarely eat breakfast, but I just decided to eat breakfast this morning. So I made very hot food and I ate. I was sweating a lot. I was like, yeah, it's working. And then after that, I went to take a shower. The second one is, so it's equivalent to exercising. You know, when you work out, you sweat. It's almost equivalent. So simply put, the hot food kind of help to break down fatty substance on your skin. That's why you sweat when you eat it. So your body receives the heatness of the food and it breaks down and allows you to sweat. Next is fountain of youth, helps you to live longer. Hot food is a fountain of youth and it helps you to live longer. I'm going to explain that. Have you ever seen our grandmothers that walk? Some of them walk like that because they have something we call arthritis, okay? Arthritis, or whatever, however you want to call it. And those arthritis are a function of too much of cold food when they were younger. So when you eat a lot of hot food, have you ever wondered why the Chinese people serve you hot water at all times? If you visit the Chinese, they welcome you with hot water. Hot water is highly, very, very essential in our body. So don't live by drinking too much of cold things. And I'm going to prove one more thing to you. So anyways, fountain of youth, eating hot food makes you live longer. Healing helps open up your breathing airways and relieves sinus congestion. I will explain that. Remember, there's been a lot of study that when you go out, maybe especially in hot summer, a lot of people die in hot summer. They didn't pass away because the weather was too hot. Don't be deceived. No. They passed away because they walked out from, maybe they went to school and just came back, so they felt so hot, right? And they rush and drink cold water. It stops your heartbeat. They die. Yes. So that's why I told you that I made a lot of research on this. This is why people pass away in summer. They didn't pass away because the summer hot, the weather was too hot. No, this is the reason. So we should be careful. When you come back from, you get into your home from outside, don't rush to drink cold stuff. Despite how much thirsty, how you feel so I'm so thirsty, or drink cola. You open your refrigerator and drink very cold thing. It can stop your heart from beating. The reason for that is because while you were outside, the heart functions along with the temperature. So the temperature outside was really hot, right? And then the heart is beating on that pace. Then you just coming into the house and drinking cold water ceases the heartbeat. So the heart cannot, it's not regulatory. You should come back, take a rest, cool off. The heart would adjust to a new temperature that you found yourself. So just rushing in and just drinking cold is very dangerous. It also helps you to heal. So breathing ways, like the breathing system, nothing blocks it when you eat hot food. That's what that is. And then heart helper, it improves cardiac blood vessel strength. So when you eat hot food, the cardiac is heart. The blood vessel that pumps blood around the heart has freedom to keep pumping because there's a hot substance, so there's nothing to hold, like fatty things to hold it. So just keep working. And then anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory is, like I said before, arthritis, like the old people feeling arthritis, or when you get a little older, you start feeling pains on your joints and all that. They are all functions of cold stuff. So anti means it changes it to, it helps you not to have inflammations. Antibacterial killer. Now, we wear a lot of masks. Some of you don't even say a word. And then at the end of the day, you just drink cold water. So when you just stay without talking and wearing a mask, our mouth, there are lots of germs and bacteria that have accumulated in our mouth. So when you just rush in and drink cold water, the germs goes back straight into your body system. But hot water or hot food kills the germs in your mouth before you even swallow it. So that's the antibacterial, okay? Temperature regulation during cold weather. People eat hot food a lot during cold weather. Why? Because it helps regulate temperature. So if you're cold, you eat hot food or drink hot something and warm up your temperature, right? So these are amazing facts I found about eating hot food. And then cones, irritant, damage to the lining of the stomach. Yeah, it can be a bit irritating to your system, especially if you're not used to it. Okay, so don't start from top. Start from warm food, then you can graduate to hot food. Okay, a bad burn on your tongue. You can burn your tongue. Okay. The burning of tongue just lasts for maybe 2 days or 3 days, you're okay. And burning your intestine, which is your stomach. Next is, it's tasteless. Most times hot food is tasteless. It doesn't taste anything. because it's too hot. You can't taste it because it doesn't. You can't allow it to stay in your mouth for a few minutes. It's too hot. You want to swallow it. You want to just gobble it in, right? So hot food is tasteless. And the last one is the H sound. Okay, that sound might be irritating to people. People around you might feel irritated by that sound. So that's the cones that we have, okay? And then furthermore, we have vocab. What is the first one? Temperature. Let's read that out to everyone. Go. The degree or intensity of heat present in an object or substance. Okay? Intensity of heat is the temperature. Okay? Present in the environment, like today. I went somewhere. When I came out to drive, the temperature was 38 degrees. I was like, oh my God, this is Africa. More than Africa. I couldn't step into the car. I had to open up the door and wait a little bit for. So that's what temperature is, a degree or intensity of heat present in something. Next is cosine. What is it? Especially known by a particular country. So most countries have their own cuisine. We have Korean cuisine, and it can never taste the same with Chinese cuisine. Chinese cuisine can never taste the same with French cuisine, okay? Which also can never taste the same with Japanese cuisine. So every country has a style of food. When you check Korean food, most food tastes somehow similar. Somehow, not exactly similar, but somehow similar. Maybe with the presence of the kimchi and other ingredients that we use to cook here. Okay. So same with if you eat macaroni, it's spaghetti, it tastes somehow similar. It might not be the same taste, but they taste somehow similar because of the kind of where it comes from. Next is dilemma. What is dilemma? A difficult situation or problem. So every problem or difficult situation is dilemma. And spices, what is it? Aromatic substance used to flavor food. Some of you call the noodle thing soup. Soup, no, what you say? Soup. That thing is spices, okay? Spices in English. And then the last one is flavor. What is it? The distinctive taste of a food or drink. So the distinctive taste of a food or drink makes it flavorful, okay? So that's all I have for this. If you have, how many minutes do we have left? 14 minutes. Okay, everyone, grab your keypad, grab your phones. Let's find the pros and cons for eating cold food. So that when you get home, you can compare the both.